You're not gonna believe this home right behind me, and I just cannot wait to show you the inside of it, because for what you can get at this amazing price in this beautiful neighborhood that is one of the hottest here in Jacksonville, you really can't beat it. So with that being said, let's check it out now. So as we get started with this walkthrough, right away, I just wanna highlight some of the features in this home or outside this home that come standard with this specific neighborhood, such as this brick layered paver front driveway. This is a standard across the board for all the homes in this neighborhood. And by the way, this neighborhood, like I said, it's one of the hottest and newest here in Jacksonville. And what's really cool is where this one sits, it's gonna be right across the street from the future amenity center in this neighborhood. So again, I'll tell you about it more as we go through this video. Let's go ahead and walk right in now. As you can see, when we come in, we have this nice 8-foot glass front door. When we come into this home, you're gonna see too that we have these nice 20-foot ceilings as the second story opens up to our first story down below. And again, as we're going through this, if you have any questions about this floor plan, where we're at today, who the builder is, I'm gonna discuss it later on, but if you don't wanna wait, give me a call, a text, or an email. It's gonna be on the screen, so we can go over it all right this second. In addition to, as you're gonna see here, they did some really nice luxury vinyl plank flooring down here. It's a very light colored wood look floor. Really accentuates the space, keeps it feeling light and bright with those tall ceilings. So something that I really love to see when the builders go with that lighter color, which is becoming very common across the board. And then when you first come into the front of this house, before we get to what's behind me, I do wanna highlight that this is a 2-story house. So we do have this nice oversized storage area underneath the stairwell going to your second story, which gives you tons of storage options, which you can never have enough of when you live here in Jacksonville, because unlike other parts of the United States, we don't have basements here. So a lot of times your garage, underneath the stairwell, that's where your storage really ends up being for homes like this. As far as we're here though, we have our first bedroom and bathroom. So this bathroom here, it's a single vanity, really nice quartz countertops were chosen for it. And then as far as for the shower, what I do love is the builder went to the ceiling with the tile. Not something that's a typical standard, but definitely makes the space feel finished off. And they finished it with a nice, sleek, simple white tile. We have a step down in here to allow all the water to stay contained in the space. Tile down below is a little more of a gray tile. And they also do have a little niche in here for your soaps and your shampoos as well. So again, it's not anything super crazy, but it really gives you everything you need for if you have guests over, for them to be able to have their own area of the house. You also have the first bedroom downstairs. So this is a great little, maybe like mother-in-law area for the bedroom bathroom combo. And this is a great size. Obviously here we have 10-foot ceilings, which makes the space feel that much bigger. We do have our standard size closet with slider doors. Again, the slider doors are also 8 feet to match the rest of the doors in the house. And with a space like this, it definitely gives you a lot to work with, whether if you want to make a downstairs office potentially, if you want to make a bedroom for family or friends when they visit, or again, if you just want to make it maybe for an older child that wants to be more downstairs. Definitely gives you a lot of options across the board. And again, if you like this house, what's really cool about this one is this is available right this second. So again, if you like what you see here, call, text, email me, so I can go over everything with you on this one, go over all the specs on it, as the builder and I have discussed it all. So I wanna make sure that you have all the info available for you on this one or any others. But now let's go upstairs and check out the second story. So now upstairs, one thing I will mention too, as you saw, with this floor plan, they actually kind of hid that stairwell. So it's not gonna be really shown off to people when they come into the home. You wouldn't even know it's there till you get to it. So I do kind of like that aspect, just because it's just not super showy, and for me, that's kind of like what I like, but maybe it's not what you like. The cool thing about this builder is they do have options there with different floor plans. Some give you that, where it shows off to, people who visit, and some, they kind of hide it like this one. But as you see up here, we actually have this nice, beautiful size loft. They have a lot of power in the floor, because when you go to this open railing, by code, they have to actually give you X amount of outlets every so often. So when it's open like that, you actually get those outlets in the floor instead. So tons of outlets here. Obviously the open railing makes it feel very much more open. You have the ability to kind of look down below, back to that front of the house. So just really cool features across the board. And these are normally upgrades, so the fact that they're already here just shows that the builder definitely want to make sure they put a lot of upgrades into this home for you or for whoever ends up buying it. As we then come into our bedrooms up here, you're gonna see right away, like this bedroom, it's really cool with the way the elevation is of this house, how they give you a lot of natural light up here. So you do have the windows, but you also have like some solid windows down below too, that if you are someone who has maybe cats and you want them to be able to kind of see outside, because sometimes that's the case, it's kind of cool because you almost have like a built-in area there for the cats to kind of hang out and be able to, I guess enjoy their time. I'm not much of a cat person, I'm more of a dog person, but from what I see. In addition up here, you're gonna see too that we have a great size, walk-in closet for this space. So that is a huge benefit for this upstairs bedroom, because again, if you have someone, kids, family members that you need a good size space for, again, this bedroom is the size of a lot of primary bedrooms that I see in other homes, just to kind of highlight how big it is. It's also nice that the closet kind of matches that as well from a size standpoint. We also have our 2 ACs up here. So one AC is for downstairs, the other one's gonna be for upstairs. We then come into our second bathroom, and this can be the guest bathroom from upstairs. And here they give us that double vanity, which they match with the downstairs bathroom. So that really nice quartz countertops. We also have, all the white cabinetry to go with it. Up here as well, they did do the same tile, but more your typical subway tile pattern. Again, up to the ceiling to kind of finish it off. And you have the tub up here too, which is important because it's always a good idea to keep at least one tub in a house for resale purposes. So even if you're buying this home or any home and you're buying it not necessarily for resale purposes, you're buying it for you right this second, it still never hurts to kind of think about that for down the road. Over here in this bedroom, it's definitely gonna be the smaller of the 2 bedrooms, but still great sized. And again, you could easily fit a queen size bed in here if you wanted. Over here as well too, we do have an even bigger walk-in closet, so that's actually another cool feature. And with this walk-in closet, again, this is the size of some primary bedrooms on older homes here in the Jacksonville, Northeast Florida area. But in here as well, we also do have our access into our attic space. Because again, with a 2-story house, it's one of those things that you don't always get access with a pull down in the garage. So to have it there, it's a cool touch that you don't see across the board. In addition, I do want to highlight too that up here, we did go from 10-foot ceilings to 9-foot ceilings. What that did is that caused these 8-foot doors to now go back down to your standard 7-foot doors, which is not uncommon, but something I do like to bring up as well, just that way you have an idea as the audience, what's going on. In addition, we do have a linen closet here, which is always super smart to have next to a bathroom. Kind of finishes the space off. And that really does give you a great layout across the board for this second story. I mean, again, let's look at this view here. I mean, just a great view, makes it feel open. Even though we're at 9-foot ceilings, you don't feel the 9-foot ceilings in here. And it's just a great job across the board by the builder. But there's still more to show you, so let's get back downstairs and show you some of the best parts of this house. Now that we're back downstairs, let's start off over here. You are gonna have your access to your 2-car garage. Something the builder is doing standard with all their homes in this neighborhood is they're actually giving you water loops as a standard feature. That's not always gonna be the case across the board with all builders here, but I love to see that because if you live here in Jacksonville, Northeast Florida, a lot of people tend to invest in water softeners just because it does soften the water up even more and just makes it more pleasant on your skin and on your faucets and stuff like that as well. But here in the laundry room, as you can see, we do have some cabinetry up here. That was an upgrade the builder did, which I think was a great upgrade to do. You can never have too much storage. We also have our laundry room sink, which is another upgrade. So it's great that they did that as well. Love seeing that. Then we have our washer dryer hookup. Right this second, if you want a washer dryer with this builder, most likely they will be able to provide that for you as a part of the negotiations. And I would not be surprised if at some point they do add this in automatically, if they don't get this home sold, within a certain timeline. But with this too, you are gonna see you have a gas hookup and an electric hookup for your dryer. That's gonna be because this is a gas community, so they're gonna give you a couple gas hookups throughout the home, one of which is in your laundry room. Then across over here, we have our well-sized, with French doors, office. Now in the office here, they did do some recessed lighting. They actually gave you not 1, but 5 recessed lights up here. I can tell you that when you go with that 4-light package, that is an upgrade typically, that if you built this home with them from the ground up, you would pay an upgrade fee for those. So that's the beauty of buying a home like this that's already finished, is you don't have to worry about, well, what will my final price be? The price I'm gonna tell you later on in this video is that final price. And there might even be some more room to negotiate off of that price as well. Again, you just need to reach out to me so we go over all that. But as you can see, it's a good sized office space, very much all you really need for an office. In general, they did some nice things with it as well by continuing the flooring there. So I do like that overall. Now that's gonna bring us into our living room and our kitchen and our dining room too, if you can believe it. Now, this is a floor plan that's gonna not have so much that traditional dining room area that sometimes people still do want nowadays. Instead, the builder on this really prioritized more of that open layout. So again, they kept all this super open for you and your family to be able to be involved at all times. And as you can see here with the kitchen, we do have some nice quartz countertops. We do have that big singular sink here. And along with it too, they did some nice cabinetry up to the ceiling. On top of that too, I do want to highlight that a lot of times with these quick move-in homes, the builder here will normally do a backsplash as a part of it. It is not a standard feature, that is an upgrade. And they're always gonna put a fair amount of upgrades into these quick move-in homes because again, they want them to still be comparable to if you were gonna build from the ground up. So sometimes maybe the finishes they choose aren't the same exact ones you'd want, but as far as from a purely upgraded home standpoint, they normally keep these about the same as you would probably do if you built with them. As you can see here, we do have our 5-burner gas stovetop because it is a gas community. Along with that, they did give us the nice pullouts here, which is soft close, which is another upgrade that I like to see. We do have our Whirlpool microwave oven combo. So again, nice. And like I said, those cabinets to the ceiling, that is a big upgrade. So I'm glad to see they did that. You are gonna have your standard size fridge here. They tend to do a one size kind of fits all with their fridge locations and the size that they do for all their floor plans. But again, that's something that if you did build, you would have the ability to potentially go with more of a gourmet version, if you wanted the extra large fridge as well. The pantry here, relatively standard, nothing too crazy going on with it, but again, good sized space just to have. And then as far as for the living room, something that I do like that they did here is, as you can see, they did actually run an opening here for you to be able to feed any wires from your TV console up to your TV if you mounted it. And we already have an outlet up here too, so that way all you have to do is mount the TV, plug it in, and you're good to go. No one's ever gonna see the wires. Just gives you a very clean look across the board. Dining room is a very standard size. You could easily do a 6-seater table there, maybe even an 8-seater table. But in general, if you want more traditional dining room space, maybe this one isn't right for you. There are other ones that can give you that, so reach out to me with a call, a text, email will be on the screen. I can tell you the floor plans that give you that. But in general, still a great size space overall with how it flows with everything else. Then it's gonna take us to our backyard. And something I wanna highlight with this backyard, we do get these nice sliding, nice sliders in here. But with this backyard, they actually have quite a bit of space to work with back here. As you can tell, the back does face a nice privacy wall. It's a privacy wall because on the other side is the street for the community. It's not a frequented street, but just something to be aware of. And you still do have space back here to where if you want to do a small little splash pool, you probably could if you desired. Now back here as well, they do have a gas hookup if you want to do an outdoor kitchen. They do have outlets out here as well if you just need to use that for anything. But out here too, if you wanted to screen this in, that is something that they definitely could do for you if you bought this one. But if you also built from the ground up, they can do that as well. You have to just kind of look at the cost and figure out, is it worth it for you and your family to do it with the builder or after the fact? And they did also continue the same pavers back here that match the front of the house. So overall, great use of the space, gives you a lot of covered area to work with. This is all under the same roof line as the rest of the house. So again, just great across the board with how they designed that. But now we're gonna head back inside and check out the primary, which I think is very desirable and is one of the best pieces in this floor plan. For this primary bedroom, what I like about it, it's on the first floor. Generally, most of the floor plans that this builder has will be first floor primaries. So if you're someone who does not want to deal with stairs, this is a plan that works for you. There are others as well. What I do like is, again, we do have those 10-foot ceilings from the first floor. The builder here actually did include some upgraded lighting here with the other recessed lights. Because again, the standard lighting package for most builders, not just this builder, most builders, is a single light in the middle that will be ready to go for a ceiling fan. So generally this builder, when they do build these quick move-ins, will give you the upgraded lighting package, which I think is a great touch. Definitely helps add to the overall lighting in this room to also go with our natural light coming in from the backyard. Also, just like the living room, here as well in the primary, they did do the run there so that way you can hide any cords. If you have a TV console in here, obviously ready to go to mount for a TV with the power up there as well. And they continued the flooring for the rest of the house in here, which is a great touch because most people don't really want to have carpet in their primary bedrooms. Then as we come into our primary bathroom, I will say there's a lot of things I like here, starting with our primary shower. Now this shower is a great size space. They actually continued the same kind of tile as far as that subway tile kind of look, slightly different tile, but they did that for the accent wall in the shower, which I think is a great touch. I think it just, especially with the beveled edges it just has a nice look and feel when you're seeing it in person. And then what they did on the side walls, they actually used the tile that we have for the flooring in here. They put that on the side walls, which really actually goes and pairs very well together, which is not always the case. So I actually like that they did that. We also do have the single shower head in here. We have our niche for our soaps and shampoos. We have the step down here as well to keep all that water contained. So overall, it's just a great shower space for you for this specific home. Also here, we do have the same quartz countertops as what we had in the rest of the house. Same cabinets as well. The cabinets are not soft close like the kitchen, but that is something that if you wanted, potentially could be added, down the road. And then we get to our primary closet. As you can see here, it is a good sized primary closet. If I had to say, without looking at the floor plan, you have a good solid, probably 12 feet wide to work with for this closet. Now, they did not do custom closets in here because that's not typically a standard with any builder. But in general, what's nice with this space is if you want to do that, you definitely could, either by using credits from the builder or doing it after the fact as well. So generally speaking, that's great there. Right here is going to be your water closet. Obviously, you probably know what that is. Don't need to show you. And over on this side is actually going to be your linen closet, which is fairly standard, about the same size as the one that we saw upstairs. So again, a lot of things to really love about this home site, about the fact that it's ready to go right this minute for you and your family. But let's now discuss where we're at today, what builder built this home, what the prices of this home, and some of the other specs that I'm sure you're dying to hear about, and some incentives too. So let's get into that right now. So that's gonna finish this walkthrough of this beautiful home here today. Now, as I mentioned to you previously throughout this video, what's really cool about this one is if you want this home today, if you loved what you saw, it's available, at least as of the recording of this video. So again, do not hesitate to call me, text me, email me. It's gonna be on the screen. Also in the description of this video is gonna be a link to my calendar if you wanna schedule time for us to meet face-to-face or through Zoom to go over this one, or maybe even any others here in this neighborhood that may be of interest. Because here's the thing, this builder can build from the ground up if you desire that. But also, they currently have 33 quick move-in homes just like this one in the works over the next 6 months or so. So in general, you will have a lot of options to choose from depending on your price point for a neighborhood like this. And speaking of the neighborhood, we are actually here today in the Newbrook neighborhood, which is in the Silverleaf Master Plan community here in St. Johns County. Newbrook is very unique in the sense of it is a gated community here with Toll Brothers, who's the builder, but it's one of the few neighborhoods here in Silverleaf that's gonna have its own amenity center within the neighborhood. So while as any other neighborhood here in Silverleaf, you get access to the Silverleaf amenities, here in Newbrook, you get those, as well as your own personal amenity center with its own gym as well. And with where this house is located, it's actually gonna be right across the street from the amenity center that they are currently in development to build right this second. But this home is an amazing home at an amazing price. Obviously, it does have a lot of upgrades in it, but keep in mind too that generally speaking, sometimes some of the best deals with this builder, with Toll Brothers, sometimes can be their quick move-in homes, because again, since they've picked everything out, you don't have to worry about going too expensive in the design center or structural options, but you also can bank on and have access to some of their great incentives as well. So those incentives I'll get to in just one moment, But this specific floor plan is their C-Bell floor plan. It's a 2-story floor plan as you saw today. It has 4 bedrooms and 3 full bathrooms, again, as you saw today. Also has that loft upstairs, which is a great space for the kids, while down here can be more for maybe you as the adult, make the living room more of the more formal area, whereas the loft can be more the game room, so to speak. But you also get a lot of size with this house, as this home is currently around 2,830 square feet. So again, great size, all across 2 levels. You do have your standard 2-car garage as well, all for an amazing price. So right this minute, the price on this one is right at $673,000. If you don't believe me, look at their website. If it doesn't say that, then it means they've changed it. But right this second, that's what it says. And so that's before any sort of incentives. Now keep in mind, that price can change. It can go up, it can go down, depending on the kind of interest they get on this specific home site, this specific home that we're in today, in the future. So don't hesitate, reach out to me if you do have questions on this one, because at the end of the day, they don't last long, so you wanna make sure you maximize your chance while you have it. Because again, here in Silverleaf, it is really one of the places to be. That's why it's one of the hottest and newest communities here in the Northeast Florida areas, because you get some amazing schools, you get the amazing St. Johns County, so you get better taxes, you get better insurance, and unlike most other master plan communities, here in Silverleaf, you don't have to pay CDD fees unlike the other communities. It's only an HOA fee to live here in Newbrook or Silverleaf as a whole. And again, Silverleaf is very well placed to where you're 20 minutes or so away from St. John's Town Center. You're about 25 minutes or so away from the beach, 30 minutes or so away from, maybe 40 away from St. Augustine. And honestly, with the new highway coming in the future, you'll be even that much quicker to get all of these locations as well. So that is really why a lot of people choose to move and live here in Jacksonville, Florida, is because of how unique of an area it is and how much you have at your disposal when you're living here, all for such an amazing price. So that 673 though, do keep in mind that can change. And part of that changes it can be those incentives. And right this second, it's subject to change. So again, may not always be the case. You have to reach out to me to find out what it is at that time. But right this second, the incentives here in Newbrook is in essence $60,000 that you can use however you want. So if you want to use it $40,000 towards some additional upgrades in this home or towards reducing the price, you can do that. You can use the other $20,000 for your closing cost. Or if you want to put more towards closing costs and less towards upgrades and price, you can do that too. So it's pretty much $60,000, use however you want it. The whole amount can't be used towards price. I do want to just preface that. But in general, that is an amazing incentive to live here in the Newbrook neighborhood. So with that being said, I'll see you guys again in our next videos. And at the end of this, you will see a link to another amazing home here in Newbrook, as well as homes in Silverleaf as a whole to check out.